What's going on, guys? Like I promised, I will be doing a weekly podcast. Hopefully, I will actually do it every week, but we'll see how it goes. Um, Maybe Jacob will actually join and not say some words. Um, yeah, we'll get right into it with the waiver pickups of the week. It looks like not too many people were active on the waivers this week, which kind of surprised me because the first week I feel like should be one of the most important weeks to pick up people. But yeah, I got one of the players that I wanted, and I feel like I shouldn't have gotten them because there are definitely people out there who need these players more than I do. So I was able to get my number one pick, which was Enunwa. I think after watching the Jets game, he will be a pretty good target man for the new quarterback. I really think he will, especially in that .5 PPR or any PPR, he will definitely get a good amount of receptions every game, it looked like. So hoping to stick that out, especially since I had that Doug Baldwin injury. He's out for like 2 weeks at least, so definitely need a wide receiver there. But I also wanted George Kittle, but I think Clay had picked him up before me. I'm not really sure how this waiver worked because I'm pretty sure I was the last waiver pick, and it showed me picking before Clay. I don't know how they did it, but Hurricane, I don't know the pick order again, but you should have gotten George Kittle. Jared Cooks obviously got more points, but you probably should have realized that. Well, I don't know if you knew, but I guess the Rams wide receivers, or not wide receivers, defensive backs were pretty good, so that's why they targeted the middle. And Jared Cook for that game is what I heard at least. So I guess you'll find out if Jared Cook is a boom or bust player. But I'm not really about that Raiders offense. I feel like they're not going to produce very well in fantasy this year, so I would have suggested George Kittle over him, but I don't even know if you had waiver priority over Clay. So if you did, sorry, you should have taken George Kittle. But I mean, Jared Cook's fine. I don't know who you have on your team. I guess we can find out real quick. You have David Njoku. He had a pretty rough game. Not sure if I like him against the Saints. I know the Saints got blown up, but I think they do have a good defense. So, but Jared Cook's playing Denver, which is the same scenario. I think you should play Jared Cook this week because Denver does have those good cornerbacks, which will expose the center of the field more. So I think he'll get targeted a lot this week. So you should probably play him this week. And also Kenny Golladay, I think you should play over Amari Cooper because of that same situation. Also, Kenny Golladay did pretty well. I think he did better than Golden Tate and Marvin Jones last week. So I think you should start him in your flex, either him or actually I won't go too far into it. So you can make your own decisions, but I didn't even look at the waivers. So Clay got Sterling Shepard for Danny Amendola. I guess that's fine. Both of those are, not going to be a game changer. I think you should have picked up someone that could be a game changer. I liked Drew's pickup of Phillip Lindsay for Devontae Booker, especially because it's literally replacing Devontae Booker in real life. So I wanted Phillip Lindsay as well because I believe he could potentially knock out Freeman for the starting role, and he did look like a beast in the game. So especially in PPR, I think he'll get some passes, so that's a good pickup. I'm surprised no one went for TJ Yeldon, considering Fournette might be out this week, and Fournette or any Jaguars running back is going to get you points, so I don't know why no one went for that, but it's whatever. I'm going to go over week 1 games. Oh, actually, speaking about the waivers, I guess I'll talk about Le'Veon Bell, because I would definitely be, I don't know who has Le'Veon Bell, but whoever has him, I would definitely be interested in trading for him if you're about it. It's a tricky situation if you have James Conner or Le'Veon Bell. If you sell James Conner if you have him, do you try to buy him? Same with Le'Veon Bell. Do you try to sell him while you can, or do you try to buy him? It's kind of a tricky situation right now, but I'm definitely about buying Le'Veon Bell right now in my other fantasy leagues. So I don't know who this is. Doesn't really help me with the names of the team is Le'Veon. So let's see. Ben Summers. Okay, well, Ben Summers is probably not going to watch this, and he's probably not even playing. Probably not even, switching his lineup. So probably not going to be on the table for me. He has a pretty decent team, though. LeSean McCoy kind of shit the bed. Don't think it'll be a very good season for him this year, but I guess only time will tell in the next couple of weeks. You can't really judge someone's fantasy value off the first game. That's, people always panic after the first game, which is, I usually try to take advantage of that, but sometimes I often panic as well, especially if, the team just sucks dick like the Bills did, and I don't even think they got a touchdown. I think they just got a field goal, but that's pretty bad. I saw Clay had Doug Martin. I don't know why Doug Martin. Even if Beast Mode got hurt, I think that Richard would be getting more of the PPR work. He would be splitting the carries and getting the passes, I believe. So I feel like that wouldn't even be the guy I would want. So I don't know. Doug Martin was really bad last year. He even had a chance to be the main back at Tampa Bay. So I don't like him anymore. Shit, what was I going to do? I think we're going to go over the week 1 games. If I can find out how to fucking view that shit. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so I pretty much dominated Will this week. Sorry, Will, that my team had just had to fuck you up this week. Just brutal, man. At first I was sweating because Julio Jones got 23 points on Thursday night, and I was like, Alvin Kamara can get that, number 1 for number 1. He'll make up for that, no problem. And then the first game started, and I saw that Michael Thomas was putting up some numbers pretty early on, so I was sweating a little bit, but obviously my boys came through. And then Doug Baldwin had to fucking be a little cunt and got me fucking 0. So I was sweating a little bit, and then Tyreek Hill got that punt return off the first possession of the Chiefs, and then the second possession, like a 70-yard touchdown reception with Patrick Mahomes as well. So I got the double point bonus kind of thing for that. So I was feeling pretty good. After that, I was like, I'm just gonna be rolling on through. Alvin Kamara had I think his game was over by then, so he had the 38 already. And yeah, boy, you got fucked up this week. Yeah, you just got fucked up, man. I don't know what else to say. You even had the Ravens defense, which did some damage as well, but Deshaun Watson was just not good this week. I don't know what his deal was. Royce Freeman got split carries. Jamal Williams. I never liked Jamal Williams. I don't know why people like him. He doesn't seem like a very good player to me. obviously they were down pretty much the whole game, so he didn't really get, too many carries and stuff like that. But I am just not about him. But yeah, that's pretty much a kind of a blowout. I was a little scared at first, but overall happy with the performance of my players, other than Doug Baldwin, obviously. But what can you do about that? Next we have Mikey and Mechanized Assault. I think this was one of the closer games that, Cooper Kupp pretty much was the deciding factor, and he had more than enough points to win him the game. Drew Brees went off, obviously. Saquon Barkley, still don't like him. He had one big run. Take out that run, he had like 10 points, so I don't like him as a first-round pick, obviously. Still, Jordan Howard looked good. He got a good amount of passes. I think he actually got more passes, more targets than the other fucking running back. I can't think of his name right now at Chicago. Whatever. I can't think of his name, but I think I play Mikey this week. Yeah. So Josh Gordon, I'm scared of this week. I think Josh Gordon will have a monster week this week. Tyrod Taylor, same. I think he'll do pretty well this week. AJ Green, not too worried playing the Ravens. They'll shut his ass down. He's a little bitch, so the Ravens will have his number all day. Not too worried about that. Carlos Hyde's on your bench. I don't know if I like that. I think you should be playing Carlos Hyde. Even though I'm playing you this week, I want to, obviously beat you at your best. I really do think you should play Carlos Hyde as your flex. But, it's up to you, obviously, in the end of it. Can't really play anyone else on your bench. Carson Wentz is out. Mark Ingram's out. The rest of your bench is kind of trash. If you want to start Eric Ebron, Tyler Eifert, either one's fine with me. I don't think either one would really do much this week, so really up to you. Back to Chris's team. You need to find some. Guess if you move, Devin Funch is not gonna do well. Cam Newton cannot throw for ass. You need to find a new wide receiver. You should have got someone off the waivers, man. Kelvin Benjamin's not gonna do it this year. Ryan Grant, maybe. He's probably your next best option. Those are the only two wide receivers on your bench, man. See, you should have gotten in on the waivers. There's still people on the waivers you can get. I like a couple on the waivers that you could still get. So you should probably look at that. And you guys should probably be more active. The waivers open up on Wednesdays. Wednesdays in the morning at like 4 a.m. or something like that. So, put your people in by Tuesday night. Is it? It might be Tuesday morning. I don't remember. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday morning. But, just fucking do a little bit of research. Get someone that is either has potential to become someone later in the season, someone that you need now to cover for someone injured, or someone that's has a tough matchup. There's always a reason to pick someone up off the waivers. Going into this next game, we had Sifferlin and Drew Whiteman. Obviously, Derrick Henry had a terrible game. I don't know why you're starting Ty Montgomery. He's not really in on many plays, and I think they said that before the game as well, so I don't know why you played him. Adrian Peterson would have definitely been a better play. Even before knowing this week, I knew he was going to get more of the carries, more touches in Ty Montgomery, so I don't really see your logic there. Other positions seem pretty good. I think Jordan Reed went undervalued this year. I think he should have went higher in the draft, but I think if you got him wherever, I think it was a steal. And then Sifferlin's team, Devontae Freeman got hurt. I actually don't know if he will be back this week. I don't think that they know either, so you probably should have picked someone on the waivers as well. I don't know. You don't even have anyone on your bench except Marlon Mack. I'm pretty sure he's hurt too. Yeah, so yeah, you should have picked someone up on the waivers. I don't know what you guys are doing if you're just jerking off every night instead of actually looking at football. I don't know. It takes some work to get your name on that trophy and to join the elite few, the few elite, join good company, whatever, what have you. So yeah, let's definitely get your shit together, mate. Marshawn Lynch is banged up as well. Yikes. Yeah, you're gonna have to scrape what's left, I guess. Sorry about that, man. Not looking too good for you. You did get the win though, so can't be all too bad, but could be better for you, and it's your fault for not. Dan Lemon and Colin, and currently Dan has Delaney Walker in his lineup, so I guess we'll see if he changes that by Sunday. Dan Lemon is often known for not changing his lineup or working the waivers in his favor, so yeah, he's probably a free win for whoever plays him if he doesn't change his lineup. I don't know why he has P. Ryan on his bench. I even know who Mike Gesicki. I don't even know who that is. Nick Chubb probably not gonna get too much work right now. His team is not looking too hot. His bench is, not looking too hot. Obviously Edelman, when he comes back, he'll obviously be, pretty good. Russell Wilson, obviously pretty good. I don't know why you would draft Russell Wilson if you have Aaron Rodgers, though, to be honest, because most of the time you're going to play Aaron Rodgers, so I just think that's a waste of a draft pick. Especially, he probably picked him, 14th, 13th round, that you could have gotten someone that's actually, playing. Half these players aren't even fucking playing, man. Or that will never play. Probably, like P. Ryan, I don't think he's going to play. Texecutioner, there's a fellow champion in here. You can see it by his team. I can obviously spot it. He has some, so let me just point out a couple things from his team and show you why. So James White, potential breakouts, week in, week out, he plays on the Patriots. He's a pass back. This is a 0.5 PPR league. He's going to get the passes. He's going to get the targets on the Patriots offense. He's going to get the touches. So, this is a high ceiling player. And this kind of things you want on your bench. Aaron Jones, when he comes back from suspension, I believe, he's going to be the lead back at Green Bay, within 2 or 3 weeks of coming back. Some of these other players I don't really know about. Matt Ryan, I don't think needs to be rostered right now. I don't think he's going to be a top 15 quarterback this year, to be honest with you. So I think you should probably hold on to him for a week or two, but I don't think he will really be worth owning. I think he's just wasting a spot on your team right now. Same with the defense. I don't really see why you need a defense on your whatever. Solid starting lineup. So hopefully you keep rolling, and hopefully I don't play you while your team is rolling, I guess. And this was the other close game of the week. I was kind of hoping Clay came back and won, but it did not fall in his favor, especially with that Saints -9 total on the defense. Sorry about you. Jacob even had a -3, so some bad defenses. I wouldn't drop the Saints defense. I'm not sure if you did, but I think they are a good defense. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. They played Ryan Fitzpatrick, so not really sure what happened. So Jacob played Ben Roethlisberger for some reason on the road in some shit weather. Don't know why. Probably could have rostered another quarterback for that game. I would have done that at least. I don't know. James Conner, obviously the steal of the drafts or waivers. He picked him up off the fucking waivers. And, you know, he can sell high on him easily. I'm sure people willing to pay. He's potentially, you know, the running back for the rest of the year at Pittsburgh. That's a very possible. And he could also, you know, be behind Le'Veon Bell in 2 weeks. So, wide range of outcomes for him. I think that if you want to try to get him, you should offer him, because I don't know if Jacob is willing to offer him. But it's very unknown of what's going to happen. So, you know, take a risk. You know, I think you should take a risk if you want to win the league. So, that's just throwing that out there. Kerryon Johnson's looking like he might start getting some of the workload at Detroit, especially since they're shitting the bed. So, you know, if they continue to shit the bed, they're obviously going to give him the experience and the workload for the rest of the season, which is a good thing for his fantasy owners. Lamar Miller looked, you know, decent. I'm sure he'll start doing better in weeks to come, especially since the Houston offense didn't really have a very good week. Marcus Goodwin got injured, obviously. I'm surprised you sat him over Aguilar. I don't like him. But, I mean, obviously it's a good thing you did. John Brown is a beast. Obviously, Baltimore just wrecking. Tomorrow night, Baltimore versus Cincinnati. I highly recommend that you watch the game and support the Ravens. Because, you know, they're the better team, and the Bengals kind of fucked them over last year on some bullshit. So, low-key, fuck the Bengals. They a bunch of cocksucking faggots. Yeah, you heard it here first. So, yeah, check that out tomorrow night. Should be a good game. Hopefully, you know, they fuck them up, but I think it'll be, you know, somewhat close. Somewhat watching it to the third quarter at least, you know, because it's a good game. But going to Clay's team, Alex Collins, you know, obviously Alex Collins didn't get, you know, enough workload because they were up by so much so quickly. They had the other two running backs coming in and playing a lot of his snaps. So I think you should stick with Alex Collins this week. I mean, you don't really have too many other options, quite frankly. Yeah, I don't even think you really have an option anyways, so yeah, I think your lineup is really, you know, you need to get some playmakers on your team. I can't believe you dropped Garoppolo because he had a bad week. I don't think you should have done that. Someone should pick him up, in my opinion, because I think he has pretty good potential. He has some good receivers around him, and George Kittle, and obviously Marcus Goodwin, and Pierre Garçon, obviously a guy on your team. But, you know, if you don't want him, I'm pretty sure you didn't even want Phillip Rivers on your team in the first place. So it's kind of weird how that played out. So last but certainly least is Ben Summers' shit team with Le'Veon Bell. If he had Le'Veon Bell, it'd be good, but kind of went downhill. So Matt Stafford had a shitty week. You should probably start him next week. I heard that the weeks that he has like that shitty of a week, he comes around and, you know, gives you 25, 30 points. So you should definitely stick with him. Mike Evans, I was pretty high on Mike Evans. I thought he was going underdrafted this year at his ADP, and I feel like just because he had one bad season with, you know, injured quarterback throughout the season, you know, just not going his way. People downgraded him significantly, and I think he's way better than that. So I was pretty high on him this year. I didn't get the chance to pick him, obviously, because of my draft pick order. But I definitely would have gotten him if Ben didn't. So, or if Christian McCaffrey was taken, I would have gotten Mike Evans, I guess. So yeah, I would have taken him as my number 2 if Christian McCaffrey wasn't available. And then Jarvis Landry's obviously going to get targets, a good PPR player. Michael Crabtree, I like Michael Crabtree a lot, and I think he has good potential this year. So, and he's a great player. I don't know why people don't like him. He was going pretty low in drafts, in my opinion, because he was at Baltimore, I guess. I don't know. On the Raiders, he was phenomenal, so I'm not really too sure why people are hesitant about him, but I think he's a great player still, so I like that. Mohamed Sanu should not be owned. Giovanni Bernard should not be owned. Derek Carr should not be owned. LeGarrette Blount should probably not be owned. So, I don't know what to tell you, man. This is why you get last place every year, because someone gets injured on your team, you're gonna put in, bro. You got fucking Bilal Powell and Keelan Cole on your bench. That's not really the most supporting bench, so you should probably get in on the waivers. If you rewind about 10 minutes back, I tell the times of when you should have the waivers in, so maybe check that out so you can have a better bench. Look at Benesh's team. Happy you didn't auto draft this year, Benesh. Congrats to you about that. Appreciate it. I know you were at a wedding, but it's definitely nice not to have an auto drafter. So, and you can get the players that you want. So it works out. I see you have Jordan Wilkins. I'm not sure if that's because you're a Colts fan or you believe he's actually good. You do have better players on your bench. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. And you have a flex and Greg Olsen as another tight end. So Greg Olsen's out for the year, Benesh, so you should probably take him out of your lineup so people don't get a free win every week. I really suggest that you pick up someone on the waivers for a running back. Jordan Wilkins, I guess, is fine for now, but you really should look at getting another running back. Duke Johnson can be boom or bust every week. He's either going to get you, 15 points or 20, or he's going to get you 3 like you did this week. So you really should. You should drop C.J. Anderson and get, maybe Austin Eckler. That's a fantastic choice. You should go for him. Maybe play Tyler Lockett because Doug Baldwin's out. So I think he's going to be one of the top targets for the next couple weeks at Seattle. So maybe play Tyler Lockett over Robert Woods, or maybe put him in your flex because obviously Greg Olsen's not going to be playing. But yeah, that's just some advice. Also, Leonard Fournette might not even play this week, so you're in a tough position, Benesh. I suggest that you put a little bit of time into this and try to get it situated. But yeah, so the last thing I'm going to get into before I wrap things up, just wanted to say that the Ravens are looking hella good this year. I think that they finally have the wide receiver core that they've been looking for, and I think that they will make the playoffs. The Steelers aren't looking too hot this year, especially with this Le'Veon Bell nonsense. Obviously Cleveland's looking a little better, but nothing that scares me. Nothing the Ravens can't handle. And then obviously the Bengals are just, subpar as usual, just in the way to the playoffs. They're just in the way. All we had to do is just fucking push them over. We couldn't push them over last year, obviously, but that's just unfortunate. Still a little upset because it was just a shitty, just the fucking last play of the game, man. It's just shitty. So yeah, the last thing I was gonna do is just preview my matchup against Mikey. So I'm not sure if this benefits anyone. I guess I didn't really go over my team in analysis, so I was gonna do that, I guess. But we'll start with Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, he had a pretty good game. Obviously, he had 2 touchdown passes that were pretty much handoffs, which definitely helped me. And I thought they were handoffs during the time, and then the announcers had suggested that they had been passes. So I guess that just comes with an Andy Reid offense, because he's always running those weird ass plays, doing shit like that. So I don't think it's a fluke, if anything, because that's just what Andy Reid does. And I do think Patrick Mahomes does like to chuck it down the field. So I think Tyreek Hill combination with him is a great combination, because Tyreek Hill is a fucking god. He's fast as fuck, and he will, make a 80-yard touchdown often, I feel like. Obviously, Alvin Kamara is elite. I thought he was going to be elite coming into it. I thought he should have been part of higher up than DJ and probably Zeke. So that's why I drafted him over DJ. Obviously, it proved so. I'm not too concerned about when Mark Ingram comes back. I honestly think that Mark Ingram will get less carries than last year, because Alvin Kamara is such an elite player. I don't know why you wouldn't have your best player on the field more often than not. That just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't see why he would lose more carries. I don't see why he would split 50-50. I don't think that would be smart. I think they should keep him on the field more. Christian McCaffrey obviously had a tough week. He fumbled at the goal line area. Cam Newton scored on a run, and his fucking fullback scored on a run. So not too worried about that. He'll get plenty. Quincy Nua was the waiver pickup I had this week. Obviously, I was pretty pumped to get him. That was the main guy I wanted, because my wide receivers were banged up, or I still have Dez Bryant. He's still on the free agency, so probably give him a couple more weeks, because he's obviously a pretty good wide receiver. So I thought I would, give it a chance. Waiting for Doug Baldwin to come back. Mike Williams had a decent week, but he's still the third. So I want to see a little bit more from him before I started him, because, he's still the third string technically on the depth chart. So I kind of want to see him emerge more before I really trust him to start. Austin Seferian-Jenkins obviously got a touchdown called back against him last week, which always seems to happen, because I'm pretty sure last year he had like 2 or 3 called back, which was just stupid. I don't know why. This always happens to him, but I trust him. I think he's better than people think he is. Matt Breida is, I think he'll get a better workload this week. I think that they played a tough defense last week in the Vikings, and they're playing Detroit this week, so I think he will be sufficient enough in the flex to get me at least 10 points, which is what I'm hoping for. And then I picked up the Redskins defense this week because they're playing the Colts, and the Colts suck ass. So yeah, that's pretty much my logic for that one. And then Adam Vinatieri, obviously one of the elite kickers. I love Adam Vinatieri in fantasy, especially since the Colts suck. So when they get in field goal range, they will most likely kick a field goal, which is fantastic. So feeling good about this week. TJ Yeldon picked up. I think if Leonard Fournette doesn't start, I will play him instead of Matt Breida, and he will probably get me 15 to 20 points. And a lot of you guys missed out on that opportunity, which is a shame. So yeah, still waiting for Sony Michel and Rashad Penny to make their place in this team, and grab that starting role by the horns, and making me giving me a safe option to play if I do need them down the road. I think this week's matchup it'll either be close, or a blowout because David Johnson playing the Rams defense, tough defense. Jordan Howard, I feel like, is a boomer bust player in that Chicago offense. It's so unreliable, especially from last year. Just unreliable. AJ Green playing Baltimore defense, tough matchup. Josh Gordon playing New Orleans, I think he'll go off. Just Tyler Eifert, not going to do shit. You should probably play Eric Ebron over Tyler Eifert because Tyler Eifert only got 3 targets last game, and I think he was on like a snap count of like 15. So he's still injured, he's still banged up, and he's playing a Baltimore defense, so I don't think you should play him. And Allen Robinson is a fine play. You don't really have anyone else to play. Devontae Parker not going to do shit. Calvin Ridley not going to do shit. DJ Moore not going to do shit. So you should have probably picked up a wide receiver out the waivers as well. So you still have time, but you should probably do it sooner than later. So yeah, just giving my input. Sorry, I'm a little tired. It's like 12 at midnight, so I probably sound uninterested. But yeah, that's my analysis. Maybe next week I will. Maybe Jacob will be back on the podcast. Also, if any of you guys do want to join in on the podcast, every week, just shoot me a text or hit me up in the group me. You're more than welcome to join. It's not that hard. All you need is a microphone on your laptop or something. I can tell you the program to install. It'll probably just be Discord or something, and you just talk through that. So it's not too hard. It's always nice to talk to somebody else, get their opinion, and debate things between each other, stuff like that. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. It'll be fun for sure. Maybe we can do different things, different segments or whatever, what have you. Maybe get drunk one time. That was definitely fun with Jacob when we got pretty drunk. So but yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for the week 1 review, week 2 preview of the fantasy football podcast. Slicing guys, about to actually, before I go, I forgot to mention that I'm currently still undefeated from last season, so I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 14. So that's 15 games in a row of winning. So maybe if I get to a high enough streak, I will put a bounty on my own head of a cash prize, whoever beats me first. Now that I have a job, so be on the lookout for that, because I'm feeling good about my team this year. I just feeling really good. Feel like I have a lot of high ceiling players, some high floor players as well. So good luck to you guys this week, and I'll see you later. Peace.